Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound himself. It's definitely going down. All right, for sure. It is definitely going down. We got Sugar Shane Mosley, Saul Canelo Alvarez at the MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. It is going down. That's for the WBC light middleweight title, 12-round event. And got mixed emotions about this one. You know, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I'm just gonna go ahead and speak on it a little bit. You guys go ahead and drop me your comments. I love, you know, writing back and forth with you guys and commenting, even if it's funny or if it's, you know, we're arguing or whatever. I love it. It's all good. It's all positive feedback to me. So holla at me. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a little pre-fight. It's just my little prediction. This is just what I think that, you know, is possibly gonna happen, or is probably most likely going to happen. But I'm just going to go ahead and touch on both these fighters real quick. Saul Canelo Alvarez is looking like he is going to be the man. I think I got really high hopes for this kid. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be really good. I think he's going to be a super duper star. Just time will tell. I mean, he's already 39-0, 29 knockouts. Of course, that's a built-up record. We know how certain fighters come up with built-up records. Julio Cesar Chavez is also another guy who has a built-up record. And what I mean by built-up record is you don't really take the first 20 to 25 fights, you know, difficult, but then somewhere in there, you know, you throw some dark horses in there to make things challenging, and that's when you learn as your career progresses. Beautiful way that Mexican fighters do it. It's actually probably one of the best ways to get fight experience if you really don't want a lengthy amateur career. I totally agree with it. I love the record. The record looks beautiful. And, hey, speaks for itself. On the flip side, we got Sugar Shane Mosley, a known legend, Hall of Famer, record 46-7, unfortunately, 7 losses, but he fights everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's why those 7 losses are there. Not speaking for other people, you know, that kind of duck and dodge and have an undefeated record. But anyways, we won't really touch on that. But I'm just gonna go over. Let's go over Saul, you know, Alvarez's latest performance. You know, he fought Kermit Cintron and got the TKO in 5. I personally thought he was gonna get the TKO in 4, so I was off. Alfonso Gomez, he knocked Gomez out in 6, got the TKO. Also TKO'd Ryan Rhodes in 12. Didn't really care too much about that fight, honestly. Beat Matthew Hatton in a unanimous decision. Lovemore Endo in a unanimous decision. I thought both those fights were pretty good fights. I liked them. They were high. You know, I watched the fights. They were cool. Carlos Baldomir, though, however, was the KO in 6, and that was a beautiful, just one punch, just knockout blow of Baldomir, who, you know, at the time people seemed to say this guy had a really nice chin. So, Mr. Canelo put that to bed. Also, he beat Miguel Cotto's brother, Jose Miguel Cotto, and TKO in 9. So, impressive resume that Mr. You know, Alvarez is bringing up as a 21-year-old. I mean, this kid's a beast. I personally see nothing but the high road for him. I think he is going to be a superstar status. You know, the guy's big, he's tough, he's young, he's durable, he's got a strong chin, he throws good jabs, stiff, hard jabs, the type of punches that you want to see. He knows how to stay in the pocket. He's very calm. He knows how to throw good body shots and just run his combinations. I mean, it's just stuff that you don't see in 21-year-old fighters. You know what I mean? It's just something special. And I do think that he has massive potential. Just hopefully he doesn't get in the, you know, hopefully he just doesn't, you know, get that, you know, superstardom going to his head. And it always ruins young fighters. I hate to see it. But as of right now, we don't see any you know, evidence of that yet with him. As far as Shane Mosley, his record lately has been kind of sort of up and down. He lost to Manny Pacquiao with the unanimous decision, got knocked down in the 3rd round. We all saw that. You know, he came off that draw with Sergio Mora. Honestly, anybody has trouble with Mora. He's an ugly fighter. He has an ugly style, complicated style. He's tall, rangy. Shane is short and compact. So I knew that fight was a tough fight for Shane. You know, before that was the unanimous decision loss to Floyd Mayweather, which, you know, was a whatever type fight. I thought Floyd did okay in that fight. I thought Shane did okay in that fight. It looked more like two friends sparring, but it was okay. You know, there was just certain parts in that fight that just had me kind of uneasy, and I'm just going to leave it at that. The Antonio Margarito, I mean, he knocked Margarito out in 9 rounds. That was beautiful. I actually predicted him to knock Margarito out in 6, so I was wrong there. But Still got the knockout. Knocked out Ricardo Mayorga prior to that in 12 with that last second. I think it was like 2 seconds left, and he just knocked him out with that leaping left hook right after the knockdown. That was beautiful. And then prior to that, he lost to Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto boxed a really good match in against Shane that night. I personally thought could have been either way. I didn't think it was a unanimous decision loss, but I thought it was either split decision or it could have went either way. I would have been happy if Shane got it or Miguel got it. Didn't matter. But Shane Mosley, I mean, God, you got to give the guy credit. He's fought everybody, man. I mean, he's fought De La Hoya when he was primed and dangerous, fought Vernon Forrest when he was primed and dangerous, Winky Wright when no one wanted to fight Winky Wright. He fought the guy twice. He fought a, good, tough Fernando Vargas, kind of on his way out, but he still fought the guy. Raul Marquez, I mean, he fought Shannon Taylor, number 1 rated at the time. Antonio Diaz, Wilfredo Rivera, and then he had numerous good and great fights at the lightweight division. I'm not even going to spend time to go over it. Sugar Shane Mosley, personally, to me, is one of the best fighters I've ever seen as far as talent and athleticism. The only thing that ruined Sugar Shane Mosley, in my mind, was his dad and his management. I think the managerial decisions on his part ruined his career. I think if Shane could have went back in time, he should have never fought Vernon Forrest. When he fought him, he should have fought De La Hoya, fought Antonio Diaz, and then somewhere after Diaz, that little tune-up fight, because he deserved a tune-up after De La Hoya, he should have fought Greg Page, or he should have fought, James Page, or he should have fought Six Heads Lewis, then Vernon Forrest. But that's Shane Mosley. As far as this fight is concerned, it's going to be very, very, very tough for Sugar Shane Mosley, unless this is just a paid fight in which they're going to just try to build Saul Canelo Alvarez's record. So, De La Hoya is always in the mix. Guys got to understand boxing and fighting and UFC. This is all fighting. This is all money making. It's all about making the big matches. I don't know how legit Shane Mosley is nowadays. Personally, no one used this line because I'm making it up right now. The performance against Manny Pacquiao, that's Shane Mosley. He got a line that I made for him that night, and was Shane Mosley nowadays at the age 40 is either bought or shot. And that's just personally how I feel about the guy. Seeing him, load up that right hand on Mayweather and then just kind of put it in the holster and try to hug the guy and then let him get off and into a boxing sparring match, and then fighting Pacquiao and pretty much just running and saying on George Lopez, oh my God, that's the hardest I've ever been hit, when we've seen him cracked, I mean, straight across the jaw by harder hitting, bigger men. I'm not buying it. So, to me personally, Shane is either shot or he's bought. And I do believe at this point in his career, he's already accomplished. He's already going to be Hall of Fame. I do believe this is the point of the career where he just was like, hey, I'll take some checks. I'll take a couple million here, a couple million here, and, help a young kid come up. But we'll see what happens. You never know. Boxing is a very unpredictable sport, and, it's very greasy too. And so you never really know what happens. As far as this fight is concerned, I mean, I got Saul Canelo Alvarez all the way. I think Canelo's a little too strong. He's too young. He's too durable, and he's just naturally bigger than Shane. I think the youth is going to show mid-rounds, probably mid to late rounds. If Shane does have a shot, it's going to be the early rounds. I say if Shane does do anything, it would probably be a knockout in 6, but he has to come out and really stick to a game plan. Shane Mosley has to go out there and bang Canelo's body, and I mean bang it hard. You got to break down a young kid, and you got to break down his confidence. So he's either going to go out there with the mindset of, I'm going to tag Canelo on the chin and get some respect, or I'm going to break this kid down over, 12 rounds. And if he does that, that's a very smart strategy and very smart, just tactical standpoint. Do I think he's going to do it? I don't know. Do I think he can do it? I don't know. He's aged 40. He hasn't looked good in his last few fights. I'm going to say no. I got Saul Canelo Alvarez. I think that jab sticks Mosley in the face all night. I think it's a hard punishing jab. I think he does run his combos off. He's faster than Shane. He's got good, quick, snapping, counter shots. And I think that's probably going to be the main factor. I think Shane at his age is hand-eye reflexes are just slow, and they're just corroded. So I think that Canelo's probably going to take advantage of that and stop Shane Mosley. Sad to say, because Shane Mosley is actually one of my favorite fighters, and actually I give credit to Shane and Oscar De La Hoya for making me take up boxing back in 1999. And live some great experiences. So all credit to Shane Mosley, just as a legend, as a fighter. But I think this is his retirement, May 5th. I do think Saul Canelo Alvarez will beat Shane Mosley. He will stop him within 10 rounds. And I do see Shane Mosley walking off into the sunset, a beaten champion, but definitely a legend. Got much love for the man. And, it's going to be a sad night for me because, like I said, personally, I really like Shane Mosley, but I don't see any way he can win. Everybody, stay tuned. Check it out. May 5th. It's going down. Sugar Shane Mosley, Saul Canelo Alvarez. I will, however, be rooting for Shane Mosley. That's my man. Like I said, I will be rooting for him. Although I love Canelo, I think he's going to be the next big thing. I would just like to see Shane pull off a nice little upset and walk off into the sunset. But do I think he will? No. Saul Canelo Alvarez by late stoppage. Everybody have a good night.